Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video brought to you by seniorcatwellness.com. In today's material, we'll dedicate our time to discussing feline breathing issues and snoring. What are the differences? How do they compare? And when to be concerned? Before we shine a light on this very important subject, let's first take a look at today's topic overview. Some cats snore naturally, while others do so due to obesity, bad sleeping positions, dry air, short headedness, and respiratory infections. Snoring occurs due to the vibrations in the nasal and throat passages resulting from blockages or restricted airflow. Snoring is most likely to occur during deep sleep. Many cats snore, especially breeds with naturally flat faces and shorter muzzles, such as Persians. While snoring isn't really a cause for great concern, be mindful if the pitch or the tone changes. Also, be mindful if sleep time snoring begins to manifest itself into some level of wheezing during the waking hours. Before we get started today, we'd like to thank you, as we always do, for stopping by and granting us a few minutes of your time. We appreciate your viewership and your support. Senior Cat Wellness is the result of loyal viewers. You are responsible for our success, and it is our daily honor and pleasure to serve this wonderful community on the internet. We hope you enjoyed today's content, and we do hope to see you again in a future video. Now, let's talk about snoring and wheezing, what it all means, and when to take action. By and large, it's fairly normal for a cat to snore, occurring during the deepest part of sleep. Snoring is caused by some level of obstruction within the upper airway or the soft tissue area that interferes with the passage of airflow through the nose or throat. While obstructions such as polyps, tumors, and foreign objects can be responsible and many times successfully removed, in most cases other factors are at play. Factors of an external nature that go beyond the properties of the nose, throat, and the sinuses. First up, let's talk about sleeping positions or a sleep position. If your cat sleeps on its back or places its head and neck in a way that restricts proper airflow, snoring and heavy breathing can occur. The issue will become alleviated almost immediately upon taking a new and healthy position. Next up, overweight. What about obesity? Obese cats are more likely to snore, with excess fat accumulating in and around the necessary air passages. Restricted airflow can occur. Weight loss of even a couple of pounds can change a cat's breathing in a very positive way. Brachycephalic. Cats with flatter faces and shorter nasal passages, such as Persian, Himalayan, and Burmese, along with a few others, are likely to snore. These breeds are also prone to making wheezing sounds during the waking hours. Pay very close attention. It could be easy to blame the wheezing on the breed while overlooking a legitimate blockage created by a foreign object. What about dry air in the house? If you live in a very high altitude or a naturally dry climate, your cat could be snoring due to dry mouth and dry nasal passages. The drier the passages, the louder the snoring. Placing a humidifier in the primary room where your cat sleeps could make a world of difference. And finally, let's talk about genes. We mentioned earlier in passing that some cats do snore naturally. This is because of genetics. The snoring can either start at birth or occur later in life. While this is rarely a cause for major concern, if you do notice that your cat struggles to breathe and is unable to sleep peacefully at night, make sure to get your cat checked out by a vet as soon as possible, just to make sure there is no underlying issue of major concern. The same can be said for the aforementioned problematic breeds in respect to snoring. Never just assume that snoring is caused by the breed or genetics, as that can make it easy to overlook a very serious problem, such as a blockage caused by a polyp or a tumor. Now that we've talked about the potential reasons as to why cats snore and how snoring actually occurs, what does snoring really mean? When does snoring indicate a true breathing issue that goes beyond just sleep time? If your cat is wide awake and somewhat relaxed and seems to have a perpetual wheeze, some level of respiratory distress could be at hand. Additionally, heavy breathing in a relaxed state should also raise an eyebrow. While heavy breathing in some instances can be a sign of contentment, there is a fine line between heavy breathing and being out of breath. In respect to older felines, senior cat wellness, here we are. The sound of a wheeze or a gurgle can be the byproduct of weakened muscles around the throat, mouth, or nose. Instead of a clean inhale and exhale, there is more vibration at work. This can cause all types of unusual sounds while breathing. Infections and various types of disease can also impact soft tissue areas within the nasal cavity and the throat. This can also cause your senior cat to sound like it's snoring, even though it's very much wide awake. Snoring, as we've mentioned, is typically not an issue unless the snoring has seemingly cropped up out of nowhere. It's become louder and more frequent, and daytime wheezing has appeared and rapidly gotten worse. Additionally, snoring that is accompanied by a reduction in appetite and an increase in fatigue is quite worrisome. Discharge from the eyes or nose, along with regular snoring, can potentially indicate the presence of a respiratory infection. If your cat is coughing and snoring while also taking on a perpetual open mouth breathing posture, this could be a sign of a significant respiratory issue. Rapid breathing that is accompanied with an extended neck, as if almost stretching for air, can also indicate an issue, perhaps even a major issue of concern. If your cat is not only snoring at night but struggling to breathe during the day, this should be viewed as an emergency. If your pet has been given an otherwise clean bill of health, yet just seems to have a natural snoring problem, there are a few positive things that you can do to try to remedy the situation. First up, lose that weight. If obesity happens to be the cause of your cat snoring, weight loss is indeed the answer. As we mentioned earlier, just a couple of pounds can make a world of difference. Next up, humidifier. Here we go again, that dry air problem. Once again, we offer up a humidifier as a possible solution. The goal when it comes to snoring is to make sure external factors, the ones you can control, aren't causing the problem. Obesity solved through weight loss, dry air remedied through moist air. Talk to your vet about the benefits of a humidifier. And finally, a comfortable sleeping space. If your cat snores due to poor sleeping posture, it could be the result of an uncomfortable bed or the fact that your cat just chooses odd places to sleep that just can't help but be uncomfortable. I mean, cats will sleep almost anywhere. Heck, half of the internet is nothing but cats sleeping in salad bowls. Preparing your cat a true bed with some blankets and pillows can encourage positive sleep while putting your cat's actual body in a more healthy and positive position for proper breathing. While some snoring issues just can't be rectified, especially in our cute, flat faced friends, they can be monitored and remedied to some extent by our actions. If you're unsure as to the cause of your cat's snoring and wheezing, please take your pet to the vet, if for no other reason than for your own personal peace of mind. If you see something, do something. So much of being a responsible and loving owner is being proactive, and your cat is depending on you to make the right decisions. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And on that note, that will wrap things up for the video portion of today's presentation. However, if you'd like more on the subject of feline breathing issues and snoring, we do invite you to visit us at seniorcatwellness.com at the conclusion of today's video. There you will find a full-length and high-quality article dedicated to everything we've talked about here today and so much more. Are you currently watching us offsite? If so, we encourage you to click the initial link in the description box below. Said link will take you to all of the information. And until our paths cross again, and I certainly hope they do, we'd like to thank you once again for joining us today. Please have a wonderful day. All the best to you and yours, and we will talk to you later.